How do you create something that's different than everyone else? You do it differently than everyone else. Here at Copeland Creative, we specialize in telling captivating stories of wild people, wild things, and wild places. We don't just capture the story, we immerse ourselves in it. We are a diverse, multi-talented media house based in North Georgia, and if you have a story that needs told, we want to help you tell it.
Word that I'm familiar with.
Okay,
Are we live?
I think we are.
What I asked you before is, do you want me to change
Yes,
that?
yes, you
Okay.
can if you'd like.
Hey, I want to point out technical difficulties when I was not up here doing it.
Yeah, do you know? Well, I had to come up here and do it by necessity because you're
I'm
messing
busy.
around.
Okay.
You're messing around, having lunch. Keep right there.
That's good. That works.
This. Yeah, we'll just let Caleb talk while he eats this freaking airhead like a 7th grader, and throws it away like a 3rd grader.
Yeah, if y'all.
There goes the
wow.
TikTok. Y'all might want to go checked out for a concussion after that fall. That was a rough one.
Yeah, it was a short fall. You could call it an almost fall because it's August.
It is almost fall.
What's the first official day of fall? September or August 22nd?
September, I think.
Yeah.
Not August. August is still summer.
I consider August fall.
It's so hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
I consider August fall as well, mainly because I've spent significant part of it in Alaska where it gets very cold.
July is summer. August fall.
I still see August as
Middle end of
summer.
August is fall.
Yeah. After my birthday, it's fall. Because the rest of August doesn't matter. After like the first 4 days, I don't care anymore. Let's skip to hunting season. All right, TikTok, we're going away now.
Bye.
Go to YouTube. Bye.
Let's see if we got Devin back for try number 2. Yes.
Yeah, Devin, we're sorry. Ryer doesn't know what he's doing.
The Wi-Fi isn't my fault.
Excellent.
137
Yeah,
viewers
now it
on
is.
TikTok.
It's because I walked in
That's because you went and restarted it after I diagnosed the entire problem.
after I had to fix your problems.
You didn't really have to fix it. I could have done that. But you did fix it. Why? Because you were the last one here, and you weren't already sitting down.
Nobody knows
at
I was the
thing.
last one here
Well, now they do because I said it.
because you're in my chair.
TikTok also
Because I had to
watched.
set this up. If you would have came up here and set it up before me, you would get to be in the chair with your laptop.
Is this your
but-
water?
It will be because I'm thirsty.
Don't spill it on your laptop. We know you've had a lot of problems with that laptop.
You're the one who spilled the whole sweet tea on your laptop.
I
That
did.
was really funny to listen to.
Gosh, man, that was a bad day. Like, you could not have centered it more. Like, if this was the... Make sure the top is on this before we do
maybe
this.
let's not demonstrate. Why would
Literally, dead center of the laptop. Like, every button, every crevice.
Why
completely
would you
failed.
demonstrate that over the top
I
of it?
made sure this
What,
lid was
what
closed.
if it came off
It won't.
and you fried our entire board?
Well, I would have to purchase another one.
We would have another great story. We'd have to do the whole thing on TikTok Live
Oh,
with the DJI mics.
That'd be terrible.
The audio would be great.
what is
though.
this going to?
That's
Oh, that was our
supposed to go to
feeble attempt at another. Okay.
the yeah.
Yeet.
All right. Well, hey, you're sitting in the seat. You got to direct this thing. I'm just here.
No, I'm not. I'm the tech guy. I'm running the tech part
I
of this.
tech it and I direct it.
I was going to say,
Well, now I'm
he's
taking the tech
literally
off.
an IT guy.
Now I'm taking the tech off your plate so you can just direct. I tech,
direct,
you direct.
or direct?
No, I took the T off intentionally. I tech, you direct. That's what we're saying. And you
You just here.
you what rhymes with tech and direct?
Wreck.
Yeah, you just wreck.
There's a lot of truth to that.
I tech, he direct, he wreck. This is the redneck tech.
Neck, Beck, Keck.
That's not a word.
Mech.
That's a abbreviation for a word. Keck? Really? That's your word? How do you spell that?
KECH. Hobby daggum.
That's a
Keck Incorporated.
Yeah, Keck Inc.
Kekco.
Keck meaning. Oh my goodness. It is a word. I win.
Not a good one. Don't use that word.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be.
Oh, nice.
associated with that
I
one.
didn't read it.
Yeah, that's
Nice. Hey, it works though.
Honestly, good for
It
you.
works. Hey, look up Urban Dictionary and look up sheave.
No, I'm not gonna do that
You
live.
should.
When I
We
can't talk
called a
about
guy named Steven. We called him Sheev and Sheevan the whole trip, and then we looked it up on Urban Dictionary. Perfectly fitting name.
Isn't this supposed to be a family podcast?
It is. Well,
If
It
we're
is
gonna
not a
start
family
launching into
podcast.
looking things up on Urban Dictionary, Ryer's gonna start saying the words that I
Okay,
don't get to
listen, this was, I blame all of this on Chuck. This is all Chuck's doing.
say. Never look anything up on Urban Dictionary if you don't want to know what it is.
All right, what are we doing next? Direct me.
You're direct. I tech, you direct. I tech, you direct, he wreck. Okay, I tech, I'm teching.
Okay.
You want me to do
So
this
this
while
is,
you
I was about to
tech?
say, this is teching
Yeah,
and
I'll do
directing.
that. No, that's
Teching and directing.
give it to me.
No, get out. All right, y'all ready for this?
Hulk smash.
The Redneck Tech Podcast is brought to you by Mike'sArchery.com. They're a one-stop shop for virtually everything archery, bow hunting, and for your next outdoor adventure. Mike's Archery has been at the top of the archery game for over 50 years, and they want to give listeners of the Redneck Tech Podcast 10% off their entire online store using the code REDNECK10, all one word. Just put the code in before you check out, and your boys will hook you up. The guys at Mike's have always been good to us, and now they can be good to you too. Visit Mike'sArchery.com and get your gear now.
Right here, right here, right here, right here. Yeah. You want him? Yeah. How did that happen? Oh, I singled that channel. I screwed up.
What'd you do?
Nothing. You directing now?
No, I tech, you direct.
I'm pretty sure he was just teching though and
Yeah.
directing.
Well, I offered to do it, and he smacked my hand away, so
kilobits. Oh yeah, it's struggle
telling
busting
you.
down there.
I'm saying it's something with the Wi-Fi. I don't even use the Wi-Fi on my phone anymore here
What?
because it
I've
doesn't
never
work
had I've never had a problem.
Using it right
Maybe
now.
it's your which Wi-Fi are you on? This might be a problem.
on the Copeland.
You need to be
Creative.
on the 5G. That's your problem, dude.
Ryer.
Come on,
We're gonna
man.
have to start this whole thing over again because you're not.
No.
It should just default straight over.
That's what I
Put
thought.
the password in. Same password. Put it in.
I
You
don't
don't
remember.
want to tell.
No. I don't want people sitting in our parking lot mooching off our good internet.
Obviously, they're not going to mooch off it at the moment.
Look at that. See if it, oh my goodness, it's green. Ryer.
I was just on the wrong Wi-Fi. I assumed that the Copeland Creative Wi-Fi was the correct Wi-Fi, and that the
30.
5G was the auxiliary Wi-Fi.
Okay. Do
So
you
you
need
didn't
do you need a layman's lesson in the differences
The
in,
direct should
in
tech.
2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz?
No, I know the difference. They're different
Okay.
bands.
I would
then
like
that's-
the. I would like the definition.
So 5
'cause I don't know what
gigahertz
any
is
of that
going to be
means.
much faster, but it's not going to be able to push it out as far. So like inside the office, 5G is going to be way faster, but it's not going to reach out in the parking lot. 2.4 will reach way out in the parking lot, but it's not going to be as fast.
Hmm.
It's just different bands. That's the
Oh.
layman's terms.
So it's AM FM.
Basically,
Yeah, kind of. I guess that's the easy way of thinking about it.
5G is FM, 2.4
Yeah.
is AM.
There you go. Now we're all green. Imagine that. Gosh, man. This is why I can't.
So, well,
This is why I can't let you do things alone. You some days I feel like you think you don't need me, Ryer, and then there's days like today that I have to bring you back down a peg that you still do need me sometimes.
I could do it on my own if I wanted to. But then I'd have to dedicate mental resources to it, and because you like to gloat about it, I like to give you that.
I like to gloat about things. I think.
What are you doing right now? What is it? What
Okay.
you're doing?
Well, I think
Gloating.
you also gloat about some things sometimes.
I would love somebody to go back in past episodes and just pull the clips of each of you gloating individually.
Who do you think's
and
got
then
more
just-
gloating?
Yeah, but just do it
You've
in
been
like
a listener for a
flash.
long. You've been a listener for a long time.
How funny would that be, though?
I-
Like a flashback.
It would be
and
very
forth
funny.
Reel?
But as an outside perspective, who's got more gloating in podcasts?
Am I an outside perspective? at
Yes.
this point?
Well, you're not, but you are.
You used to be.
Who do you think would have more gloating?
Yeah, sorry, Ryer.
Oh, I know it's me, but I have a lot more to gloat
Okay,
about.
thank you. You got a lot more. You're gloating about gloating right now.
Well, when you got a lot to gloat about, that's what you do. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God.
Can,
Like,
can
you
we
don't
just
show-
call you the gloat instead of the goat?
You know, you don't show up.
Nicholas.
You don't show up to the gym and do
He's
less.
he's not the
do
red
less
velvet
than your
anymore.
weight. You know
You
what
just
I'm
go
saying?
in and do legs every day.
I actually do. I could give zero craps about any other exercise. I don't actually go to the gym, but when I do go to the gym, yeah, I just
You're that
squat.
guy that goes gets the squat rack and just like wraps yellow tape around it like this is my area. Leave.
Yeah, I don't care about any other exercises. Like at the end of the day, I think legs are the most important. Like if you're neglecting your legs, what are you doing?
Man
That's
and
like-
woman.
That's the most important muscle group, I think, to work.
It's a great way to start off this podcast. So we're talking about preseason. So this is a great way to get ready for your preseason hike on that first elk mountain, right?
Yeah.
We're going to turn this into an exercise podcast. Not at all going to happen.
Yeah, because we all look like
We're-
exercise
yes.
buffs,
Yeah.
don't we?
All real exercisey guys in here.
Yeah, real gym rats in this
Just
office.
some gym bros.
Yeah, gym bros.
Clay goes to the gym. He says.
You
You
think
wouldn't be able to tell, but
you think the gym?
I hope he heard that.
Oh, I do too.
We can pull that clip and just give it to him.
Speaking of what's going on right now, so
What are you
Clay,
doing?
obviously,
This cord.
obviously
Holding
you see Clay's not here. The reason Clay's not here is he's already in Iowa with Lee and Tiffany getting ready to head on the road for the first official hunt of the season. Keegan leaves 4 hours to meet up with Lee and Tiffany and Clay to do a mule deer hunt that starts on Monday morning. The hunt actually starts. They're going to go out there and scout a couple days early. They'll be there Thursday evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they'll have, 4 solid scout days to try and find a mule deer that Lee and or Tiffany want to chase. It is going to be hot. It's going to be dusty. It's going to be dry. There's going to be a lot of sitting and looking, a lot of time in the truck, and then some really hard stalks.
You know what sounds really fun when you talk about that?
None.
Duck season.
Duck season, yeah. See, I disagree. I
Which
would rather
start September 1st.
I would rather do a mule deer hunt than I would rather do a waterfowl hunt. I really
don't
would.
think you've just been on like a banger for
I
a
haven't.
fun waterfowl hunt.
I never have been on a banger.
Because like your personality and like doing
been on
this
some
stuff.
really terrible ones.
Yeah, but like half of the fun of waterfowl hunting is doing this in
Yeah.
a duck blind. And then the ducks show up and you're quiet for like 10 minutes.
But we don't get to do
and
that
then
when
you
we're
have
running
fun.
cameras. You don't ever get to do this when you're running a camera. You're always trying to produce those conversations. So we don't ever get to be on that side of it. Just to go on a waterfowl hunt and just go hunting myself, yeah, I'd love to
yeah,
do that.
that's what I'm saying.
But
So,
filming
like,
them, no, none. Don't want it. Just not my thing. Don't enjoy it. But I feel like we're really good at it. I mean, we've done some really good ones, but we also weren't worried about getting kills either.
I mean, we're just pretty good, just in general. Like, you send us on whatever, and we're
Yeah.
going to get it done.
Another gloat. Okay.
That was a company gloat. That was a collective gloat. I was
I
gloating
really
for all
think
of
we
us.
need to take away the red velvet on your computers and things and just put the gloat.
the gloat instead of
No,
the goat. You like red velvet better?
I don't think the gloat really works. I kind of see it, but not really.
So we're going to talk about.
Then I'm just going to scratch out the L, and then I would be the goat, and then you're
Yeah.
really going to have a hard time with me.
So we're going to talk about the preseason.
I just said that. We could talk about
what
whatever.
what do you
just-
want to talk about?
I tech, you direct.
Oh man, that is not gonna stick because I don't like that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Man, 4 hours sure can't come fast enough.
Yeah, I know. We've been in this office too freaking long. We're ready to go do something
No
else.
kidding.
I'm also pent up trying to work on this project, and I'm banging my head up against the desk on it.
Well, let's
right
talk
now.
about that. Let's try not to go into too much detail, but I think that's a really
What a-
good. I think it's a really good subject to talk about. Like you're going to get on projects that maybe this isn't the preseason podcast, guys. If you listen to the first half of this, Sorry, we don't know where it's going to go. We're probably going to call this
It's
one
8 minutes.
That's why
Are we
this
gonna
is
talk
preseason.
for
whatever.
16
We're
minutes?
going to call this one like we don't know yet. Like
Do you want to call it that?
surprise podcast.
Do you want to call it like we don't know yet, or are we calling it surprise podcast?
Either one.
Like
we'll
we
see.
don't know
We'll
yet,
see where
surprise
we'll
podcast?
see where it goes.
I mean, even preseason cast, like
Maybe we
this is
just-
preseason planning.
True
It's all
story.
of the
What if we don't name any of them
Effery.
and they just have numbers? Just
This is why
Episode
you
50.
live in a cave and are not the marketing guy.
I know now why he says, "I tech you direct," because we don't want him directing, because we would never get done, and there would be no direction. It's just a conglomeration of thoughts.
actually, if we really look back and think about the things that I have directed, I have done a pretty good job. So
Subpar.
subpar.
I'm just
Damn. Dang.
Again, you tech.
I tech you direct.
Maybe that is
He
going to
wreck.
stick. He wreck.
What is Clay?
Hey, not here.
That's 24/7.
When
Yeah.
do
He
we need to find an Eck for Clay?
We have to make Clay come up here half the time. Let's be honest.
Hold on. Do you want me to?
No.
You're going to be Clay for a minute. No, you got to have your hat turned around the other way so you can't see your face.
Did I ever tell you that one time my dad watched an episode and asked who that weird guy was that never said anything?
We love you, Clay. We really do.
But like, talk more.
But-
Engage.
but talk more, engage,
Engage.
be involved, care.
Yeah, like I tech, he'd wreck, you wreck, and Clay doesn't even do it. So like, he can't even fit into that little thing we got going.
We got a whole freaking quarter of the podcast for you, Clay.
We need to get a better table situation going on here
Well,
for this.
Ryer,
We'll work on that after
come.
hunting
I was about to
season.
say, you come up with a better idea, and we'll do that.
Oh, I can come up with an idea.
No, you tech.
Yeah, yeah.
I tech and direct buying things.
So let's talk about that. So
Teching,
no, I think
Directing?
no,
wrecking.
no. Oh man, I should have stayed downstairs. I was having a very productive day until about 10 minutes and 39 seconds ago.
That's not true.
It was more productive than this day right now.
It was productive until like
I
10:30.
got like 15 product videos done today. Pretty daggum good.
That's
I
a lot.
haven't got to work on the websites of things I need to be working on, but I have a lot to do, and you guys are off.
I shot
me off my
product
game.
photos.
What have you done
I
today?
scheduled like 37 posts.
Hold on. Ryer, what have you done today?
I woke up,
Ryer tech.
took a yeah, I teched. Is what I did.
Hold on. You had a rough day yesterday too. I was made aware of today. So
Huh?
what have you said? You had a mental block yesterday.
Yes, I've had a mental block for like 3 days.
Wow. Okay. So we're really
week for
so
you.
let's talk about that. That's a real thing. Is having a mental block on a project, and you are currently working on a secret squirrel project we've been working on for 2 years. That is,
It's only
It's-
about squirrels.
but it's heavy. It's a heavy project.
We're gonna name this.
Rat
The
squirrels?
project is now named Hammy, after the squirrel from Over the Hedge.
God.
The secret squirrel. Yes, it is a heavy project.
And you've had essentially where we're at with this project is
It's not.
we've gotten the
needs to be.
general story in a timeline. Ryer has, and we've watched it. We've sent it to a few people. We've gotten feedback, and now we know what we want to see, but we don't know how to make it happen. And Ryer is kind of having a hard time with that. So let's talk about some ways we can, maybe ways that I get out of creative ruts. Maybe Keegan can talk about it, and then maybe through our conversation, we can think of.
I know how I get out of creative ruts.
Can you say it on the podcast?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
make
just.
sure.
It's like not doing the creative things and just watching Netflix. Legitimately, like that's what it is.
Well, why haven't you done that the last 2 days so we can?
Somebody's been gallivanting around the countryside.
Well,
Been busy.
He's
went
been
to a Braves.
kecking.
just went
Yeah,
to a
I've been teching. I've been teching.
kecking.
No, actually, I
said
so
kecking.
we're not doing that.
I don't know.
No, I did go to the Braves game, and as soon as I walked in, I saw two two of their the TV cameras, and I went and stood there for 10 minutes looking at them. I'm just looking around, looking at their screens and stuff. I mean, it's a $250,000 camera that they just got sitting there.
Several of them.
Two of them right next to each other.
Yeah. Why?
And I just wanted to be like, hey, I do this too. And I'll just take a little. Let me take a little turn on this.
I've always wanted to run the little
one for a spin.
I've always wanted to, like the little circle thing. This the whatever I don't know what it's called, but it's essentially they run these wheels that give them their tilt and pitch and everything. I've always just wanted to see like what that's like.
How about the dude at the basketball games?
Oh, the guys at the freaking soccer games and stuff, like how they follow the ball and stuff. Like,
can you imagine practicing for that?
How do you? I mean, other than just doing it all the time, how do you?
Probably just go stand in a square and watch pigeons fly by.
That or, dude, can you imagine that for a freaking Chuck's wanting to go to Argentina and do like 1,000 dubs in a day? That's how you practice for that.
Oh, I have a guy that owns a lodge down there.
Hook it up. Let's go.
I have this problem where I know so many people that I forget that I know them.
I do that too.
Sorry, friends.
Wow.
I do that too.
I'm the gloat? I just know so many people that I
guided professionally for 10 years. We would meet
I'm kind of a big deal. I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Can we get back to your brain fart?
It's not a brain. That we should be using that word. That's not a word that we should be using on the air like that. Because if we are, I get to start saying other words. Okay, so let's just decide right now. Do I get to say the other words? That was an
accidental word that I just thought of. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. That's why it's funny.
Call that a Freudian slip.
Okay. So about the way I do, and honestly, the way I break that is kind of very similar. I just got to get out of it and go do something else. I've got to, and I try and draw inspiration, like you said, from but here's my personal problem right now. I want badly a new series to watch. Cannot decide. There's too many. There are so many. I just got done watching Terminal List. B-, B+. I wasn't I was good, but I need to. Some people were comparing it to Yellowstone. I'm like, no, not even close. But it was.
I bet the next 2 seasons are going to be really good now that they have a big budget for it.
It's really hard for me to see. When I look at Chris Pratt, I see Parks and Rec. It's really hard for me to not see him in Parks and Rec, and I love Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, Parks and Rec. Like you can't. Andy Dwyer is still one of the best characters to ever be written, and he was written in as a throwaway character. And he did so good they kept him in. To me, that's what makes a character great. That's happened a couple times over the years. In Scrubs, the custodian, they wrote him in and never wrote his lines. They just had him ad-lib every bit of it.
That's such an underrated show, too. There's so many people that have never seen that.
Such a good show.
Yeah, who hasn't seen Scrubs?
You haven't seen Scrubs?
No, I haven't.
You would love Scrubs. You would love Scrubs. If you like Psych, you would love Scrubs. Very similar to Psych.
Up until the last season. Don't watch the last season.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't the same. I'd watch it removed several years.
I have watched it all the way through. I know one time and almost a second time. I kind of skipped around.
I've watched it at least 3 times.
Well,
like a Psych.
There's only a couple series I've seen more than twice, and there's only there's only one I've seen more than 3 or 4 times, and that's Newsroom. But the
heck, I even watched How I Met Your Mother a couple times.
See, I've never seen all those. I've only seen bits and pieces, and those come up as reels all the time. The reels have come up all the time, and some of the better scenes, and it's really funny. There's another old series like that I've never seen that people always talk about.
You know what they don't have much of nowadays? It doesn't seem like the procedural comedies like that.
Yeah.
There's not really a whole lot of that anymore.
Probably the last one was Modern Family.
Yeah, probably.
Modern Family's great.
But they aren't doing that right now.
I mean, they had a few of them on the ABCs and that, but they all kind of got. Well,
I think there's a couple out there. They don't think they're not Park and Rec level.
No, and I don't know why that is.
They're on the family-friendly channels.
The Office. The Office would be considered
really
one.
didn't like The Office.
I didn't like The Office either. I mean, I liked it, but I wasn't one of those people who
There's
just
some
loved
funny
The Office.
things
Yeah.
on it, but it's not a show that I can watch.
It was one of those that I really like watching the excerpts, like the show as a whole. Didn't care.
Yeah.
But like right now, like for me personally, I feel like I'm kind of in a creative rut too, even though I've not gotten to do a lot of shooting and editing like I normally do. But I've tried to figure out a way to, in like a business development sense, like how can I be creative in that world too? Because obviously that's kind of the role I've taken on recently, and I enjoy it, but also it's like way more stressful than I thought it would be because I'm always trying to figure out like how am I going to make sure you guys' freaking money's paid every month, and hopefully figure out a way for you to make more money every year. At the same time, keeping the lights on, keeping new cameras, keeping all that stuff. Not the most fun, just to be perfectly honest. But the business development side and the strategic business side I do enjoy. But I always, you know how my mind works. I always have ideas. And usually I get those ideas by consuming some sort of content. And I'm right, for like 2 weeks, the couple of times I've gotten to sit down and had an hour or two at night to watch TV, I scroll endlessly and I can never find them that I'm watching. I end up watching my phone. And I'll end up watching TikTok or something. And I just get so pissed because Yellowstone was so good. Justified was so good. Parks and Rec was so good. 1883 was so good. And then I just don't feel like I want to watch Peaky Blinders, and I've watched a good bit of it.
Oh, Peaky Blinders is really good.
Their accent's so hard; it's hard for me to keep up with.
That is one thing I've
That's
had a hard
why I
time.
stopped watching it.
Why
You just
I
gotta
have a hard
turn
time listening to people in the South.
Well,
You just got to turn on the closed captioning.
I can't because then I read it and I
Then I
don't,
don't
and then I
watch the
don't enjoy
show.
it. Yeah,
I hate captions.
because half the reason I want to watch it is because it's shot so incredibly well, and I want to watch it for that. And I just can't keep up with the dialogue, and I feel like I'm missing that nuance, and I just stop watching it.
Peaky Blinders, I feel like, is one of those that you could watch an episode and like get over that.
I watched a couple episodes though, and there was a couple episodes like I would rewatch a scene a couple of times because I'm like, I'm not sure what just happened. I know somebody's pissed at somebody, but I don't know.
That's just that show though.
Yeah.
It's so like fast paced, and you're like, holy.
Well, that's Newsroom. It's crazy fast.
You're at the end of the episode, and you're like, oh, or you're like 3 episodes later, and you're like, oh, that's how that worked.
Well, Peaky Blinders. I've literally.
Job.
Well, where's my phone? I'll read you off what I have in my watch list right now, and I can't make a decision. So, give me 2 seconds as I find Netflix here.
Yeah, I love Peaky Blinders.
See, I want to watch it bad because I think Cillian Murphy is just so freaking good.
He is really good.
All right, let's go to my watch list here. Come on, baby. Movies, categories, no. All right, my list. Okay, so I'm going to preface this. I've seen bits and pieces of some of these. Haven't watched all of them. So Ozark, I watched the whole first season. Haven't seen anything else.
I think I'm in the second season of Ozark.
I like the whole series.
But it's been
pretty
so
good.
long since I saw the first one, I feel like I need to rewatch it.
That's what I did. I had to go restart the first season.
Gray Man, which is a movie. That's one of those.
Gray Man was okay.
Haven't watched it yet.
That was the one you were watching it the other night.
I've also got.
That's the one that I was watching when I was actually working.
Yeah.
I have this problem lately where I start working.
You
and
put
then I
on
end
background
up on
noise?
social media, and then like 4 hours go by, and then I'm just like, oh God, I've been working for 4 hours and just been staring at my phone.
So
like a crazy person.
I've got a couple on here. I've seen The Nice Guys. I want to rewatch it. Virgin River, that's for my wife. I've seen Dark Knight Rises. Got Peaky Blinders in there. Top Gear. I literally turn on Top Gear and one on Amazon when I have nothing else.
The American version or the?
It's the
UK
American version, but I literally
I like
have.
the American version so much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! You don't have. No, I don't. I disagree with that. The British
I
version
just like
is so
what
much
they're
better.
doing.
I haven't watched a ton of them.
The things with the cars, they do some cool rally stuff, and it just like is applicable because like they drive white trash people cars occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm a white trash person. I could actually maybe drive them.
Yeah.
They
Another
also
one.
lifted a Miata.
That is cool.
Another one is The Last Kingdom.
Super good show.
Is it good?
I really, really like that.
And that's the series I haven't watched. Everybody says I said Breaking Bad.
You haven't seen
But
Breaking Bad?
I've never seen Breaking
Here's
Bad
the
either.
reason.
Neither of y'all
here's
have seen
the,
Breaking Bad?
Here's the reason.
That's probably one of the
It's
best.
so many seasons. I feel like it's such a
You
commitment.
just gotta do it. It's so
I didn't
good.
watch it because it was on AMC when it was airing.
Gosh, man,
And AMC is 6 hours of commercials for 1 hour of show.
I just feel like it's such a big commitment.
It is, but it's worth the commitment.
That's like Walking Dead. I never finished Walking Dead because AMC got so.
I never finished
I never
Walking
watched
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Just because it became repetitive.
Never cared about Walking Dead. Never
I think
watched
I got
it.
like 3 or 4 seasons in, and I was like, these people are never going to do anything.
I've
They're
got a
just
bunch
going to
of.
continue running into problems.
So I've already seen Outer Banks, but I'll leave it in there
Outer
for
Banks is really good.
whenever the new series comes out. That way, it tells me there's a new one. And obviously, I've seen Queen's Gambit. Absolutely incredible. Power of the Dog, Casino Royale. Already
Are
seen
they
that.
doing anything more with Queen's Gambit?
I don't think so.
It was just a one-off,
That's too bad.
which I respect.
Dudley told me Clickbait's really good. I haven't watched it yet.
Joe says Breaking Bad is the best show ever created.
Who said that?
Joe.
Breaking
Joe-
Bad is
Chupacabra. Joe Chupacabra. I don't.
Dude, that is the hardest name to pronounce and doesn't look that hard.
I don't.
Sorry,
He
Joe.
said it for me, and I remembered it for a little bit of time, and then I immediately my brain threw it out.
I think of Joe Chupacabra.
Joe,
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Chupacabra.
Yeah, but so
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I cannot say, like, how can you say that's the best show? There's so many better shows than that.
Yeah.
Joe,
Breaking Bad is a very, very good show.
It
I
can't
would put
be,
it up there.
Can't be better than Game of Thrones. You've never seen Game of Thrones.
No.
I actually told him that I have a hard drive with Game of Thrones on it.
There was a whole.
And you've been holding this from me?
I listened.
I'd like that.
Okay.
I listened
have
to a
like-
whole conversation last
I've
night.
got
about Game
terabyte of
Thrones.
movies.
I've got all of Newsroom, if you want to see it.
This is a great trade.
It is. Newsroom's
Yeah.
actually better.
He said he was giving it to me. You've seen it.
It's copy and paste. You give it to me too, you jerk. Command C,
No.
Command V. Come on, dude.
No.
You
thought you were the
tech,
tech.
I direct.
I direct you not to tech that.
No,
I won't. I refuse. I put my foot down.
no, I know
I'm
the.
putting my mouse down.
No. All right, I've seen Snatch. It was amazing. Have you ever seen Snatch?
No, but I can imagine I'd like.
No,
like it.
no. It is. Y'all are so freaking immature. It has nothing to do with that.
I know, but the look on his face as he was trying not
He's
to
like
lose
a child. He's a child.
He is a child.
You can't line that up for
That's
me
why
like
he's
that.
in a creative rut. He's ran out of crayons to eat. You need to get him more.
Yeah, or the scented markers. Love those.
Whatever happened to your incense and crap that you used to burn in there, you friggin' hippie? What happened to all that?
It's because they smell like pine. I like pine.
Why don't you just get a tree?
Why don't you quit being a weirdo and get some like actual things in your office to smell good instead of burning incense?
I have
You're
something.
supposed to leave California behind when you leave.
I have something I can
Well,
smoke
he
in
went
the
from
office.
Colorado
it's called
to
a frickin'
California
pipe.
to-
I have a pipe. I
You're
can
not
smoke a pipe.
smoking a pipe in the office.
That's what I'm saying. So
So
I
no,
can't.
Snatch is about a guy in European town, but it's about a boxer, and it's about gangsters and boxers. It is, Brad Pitt's the main character. Incredible
I've
actor.
seen this.
It's so good.
What is
You
it
have to-
on?
Netflix.
Oh, that's
Night Stalker. I want to get back into Night Stalker.
Night Stalker's
Mindhunter. It's in here. I'm waiting.
I don't think they're doing
19
another season.
What?
I don't think they're doing another
They
season.
left it. They left so many cliffhangers in
I
there.
don't think they're doing one. I feel like I keep seeing that they're not going to do one.
If they don't do one, I'm going to find those people, and I'm going to hurt them because they
You gonna
have
go
to.
Mindhunter on them.
Why don't
It's
you
so
just-
good, man.
You own a production company. Why
No,
don't you just
dude,
make the next season?
The budget that they did one episode of that show is more than the budget we get for 10 years of everything that we
Well,
do.
see, this is how you get your foot in the door.
Oh my gosh. Where's the other ones? Who Killed Sarah? I don't know if I want to watch that one or not. The Serpent. I've got it in there. See, and I've got so many in here that I just don't feel good about, but I've heard good things about them. Sweet Tooth. I've heard it's good. Maniac. I've heard it's good. Son of Sam. Shot in the Dark. I haven't got to watch all of it.
I've heard Better Call Saul is really good.
I haven't watched it either.
You
Would
ever
you-
watch Fargo?
No, I've
The
heard it's good too.
Fargo is
movie?
really good. It's a TV show.
No.
Yeah, super good.
Isn't Steve Buscemi in that?
Yeah, I always forget his name. He's the guy that's in everything, but you never remember he's in anything kind of guy.
He was in like Waterboy. He was in
Wasn't he in Jurassic Park?
Steve Buscemi?
Or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, I might be thinking of the wrong person too. But isn't he the guy in Waterboy that goes, "You can do it all night long"? That's Steve Buscemi, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is definitely not the guy that's in
Anyway.
Fargo.
Hold on.
The Ripper, Athlete A, Sweet Girl,
Yeah,
The
no.
Keepers.
Is this who you're thinking of?
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of.
Oh, well, he was in Jurassic Park.
Steve Buscemi was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, wasn't he the crazy doctor guy?
But yeah, that's definitely not the guy in Fargo.
Maybe it's not Jurassic Park. Maybe I'm thinking something different.
No, that's the guy that's always with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's true.
I watched a Jason Statham movie last night about the cash trucks that go around from like banks to places. That was really good.
The Sinner, Messiah, Two Popes, Stranger Things. It's obviously I've already seen all of it, but like I'm still going, and I just scroll through this, and I can never make a decision.
Just pick Breaking Bad, start watching it. Because Breaking Bad is
I'm
excellent.
just not.
I don't know. He listed a lot of shows that I would be more interested in than Breaking Bad.
I just
think
feel like Breaking Bad's
is
had its
done.
day. It's
No,
had its
I don't
day.
Peaky
think so.
Blinders, I would watch that well before Breaking Bad.
I don't think it's had its day. I think it still has its day. I think you can still.
And
definitely
I've seen
watch
so many movies that are just lackluster that I'm just like, that was like that Uncharted movie with I can't remember the guy's name. Watched it on a plane. I was like, I could have done without that movie. Wasn't great.
That's my favorite. When you get on an airplane and there's movies you haven't seen yet or heard of.
I've done the same thing on a plane. I cannot find something I want to watch. I'm like, everything on here that I would want to watch, I've already seen it. Everything else is like either an Asian movie that doesn't speak English, or it's some social justice movie that I don't want to watch. They're just it's all the same bull crap. Or it's some shoot 'em up movie.
Movies that are dubbed.
Oh,
I don't do dubs. I'll do
can't.
the captions.
I can't do captions. I can't.
Captions.
My dad can't hear anything, so he only watches captions. Like I have to leave. I'm like, I'd love you, Dad, but I can't sit here and watch TV with you.
You should get him those things from the infomercial that like.
Plug in so we can hear.
Yeah.
Well, he wears his AirPods all the time now. So,
Is that why he always has AirPods in?
Always has his AirPods. Oh, he thinks them things are cool, man.
Does it like amplify sound?
Oh, he lost one of his because he had the OGs, and he lost one of them. He was not the same for a week.
What? Does it like amplify ambient noise for him, or does he just like
I think
hear
he
the
just
phone?
likes having it. And it's another excuse not to listen to my mom. He's like, listen to my music, Connie.
Huh.
Is he listening to music, or is he like listening to podcasts?
He's always listening to music.
Music.
The same like 50 songs
I
over. Don't you say it.
see where
Don't you say
it
it.
comes from.
I hate your guts.
You and Clay with your 50 song playlists.
Ryer, let's see how many songs are in my playlist here.
I rode the whole way from Lee and Tiff's to here with him and did not listen to the same song.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually it's like 4 hours in. I've heard
No, and I literally was in the car with
I have
him.
501 songs in my main playlist. Okay, let's go ahead, Mr. Gloat, come out real quick.
I'm not gloating.
Yeah, I was gonna say
If you have less than me, I'm about to smack you in the face.
I have 5,000 liked songs.
liked songs. That's not even in a playlist.
I don't make playlists.
Oh, that gives me so much anxiety. I probably have 100 gigs of music downloaded on Spotify on my phone.
I mean, I listen to playlists on Spotify, but I don't make my own playlists.
I feel like you
off-grid.
listen to either the same thing a lot of times or some really off-the-wall weird stuff that I feel like you just find some random playlist and just play it and listen to some Celtic something crazy band from
some
wherever.
Celtic well, I just find playlists and I just play through them. And sometimes I just find an album and I'll just play through the album just to see what's up. And I don't always know what's going to come up. Sometimes it is some weird crap, but sometimes the weird crap is really good. Sometimes it sucks.
Most of it sucks.
Well, sometimes you gotta like expose yourself to new stuff. So that's what I do.
That's what I'm trying to do. I feel like I get myself in a rut with things that I'm watching. I'm trying to get out of that rut, and you're not helping me right now.
I could help you. I told you Breaking Bad. You would love Breaking Bad. I know
I'm
if
sure,
you watch Breaking Bad.
how many
you'd love
seasons
it.
is it? Like 9?
I don't think
Probably like 13 or
s-
some obscene
Oh my
number.
gosh! See, that makes it
You know what I like
worse.
to do when I can't figure out shows to watch? I go back to like the old like NCIS or White Collar or like Blacklist.
White Collar, awesome. Blacklist, awesome.
I would probably watch White Collar like right now.
I've watched White Collar all the way through twice.
Yeah.
Really good.
I wonder if that's still on Netflix.
Probably
I
not.
don't remember. Blue Mountain State, really good.
Maybe that's what I need to watch. Maybe I just need to
Dude,
just watch Blue Mountain State
you need
today.
to watch Blue Mountain State.
And just quit.
Just laugh.
maybe,
It's so worth it.
Maybe I'm trying. Maybe this
You're trying to
project
be
is
too serious.
Yeah, maybe this project is getting me a little depressy or
Well,
something.
Oh, don't give it away. You're giving away too much information.
You said it was dark.
Just you need to quit giving away information.
You wanted me to talk about it now. I talk about it very vaguely, and
Why
you
would you
direct.
do
I'm
that?
trying to tech. You direct me not to tech, so I can. Keegan, wreck.
Man,
so,
do I wish I had a giant Hulk foam hand.
God no.
I would actually
Just hit. You could just punch the Clay that he's not
Smash.
sitting there. Just punch Clay.
I think it.
What do you think, Clay?
Oh, same answer as normal. Good job, little buddy.
It would be funny if you had a bullcrap computer that you didn't care about, and we hid this computer and pretended like the old computer was the streaming computer, and then just like
Hulk
got in
smashed
a,
it.
got in a
Full
fake
snap.
argument and just somebody smashed the computer.
Just right over your head.
That would have hurt.
Oh.
One of these over the head.
That hurt
Oof.
terribly.
It's for comedy.
So we've talked about a lot of things, but nothing all at the same time so far. We're 34 minutes into this.
Well, I've got 3 hours before I need to leave, so we've got plenty of
Well,
time.
I got a few things I'd like to actually work on before the end of the day. I was very, like I said, I have been very productive today. Keegan, semi-productive. You, not
Hey,
so much.
I was really productive from the hours of midnight until about 10 a.m.
I've been trying. I just can't get it. Like I can't get
I
it
understand.
to work.
I understand. I know.
I'm trying to.
Well,
and, it's
and
just
I've
not
been
working.
trying to help you. I've been trying to watch it and figure out what to do next too. And I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I've got some ideas, but they're not things that we can execute now. That's the problem. We can't talk about them on this. I have a couple ideas, but
How hard would they be to execute? We had to put it off another year.
we'd have to wait until turkey season again.
Why would you give that away?
People know it's about turkeys. We've talked
Do
about
they?
that. Yeah,
Oh, they do now.
there could literally be anything.
The biology
Really?
of a tom
Just-
turkey.
I want to talk about that. Not on this, but I want to talk about that because I want to know why or what.
Well, it just has to do with like certain aspects that we would need that we can't get right now because it's not turkey season. Certain things that we would need. As well.
So
What if we flew to a different country that had turkeys and then just filmed
New
it
Zealand?
in said other country?
New Zealand.
Let's
I'm
go.
All right, cool. Caleb, you want to go to Utah and Ryer and I'll go to New Zealand? You're not.
I want to go to New Zealand more than I want to go to Utah. Just to be completely honest.
100%.
I think we need to. We need to do the Idiot Abroad show with Chuck.
Oh yeah, I
Do,
agree.
Like the hunting idiot abroad.
So hold on.
Could
Have
do
you
with Mark
have you
Easterman.
have you looked through any of these comments? There's people giving us ideas.
Yeah. Hunt Fish Shoot says the Breaking Bad is
I
maybe
said that already.
the
The
best show ever
Breaking Bad?
created. Yes, it says the Breaking Bad. 42 Pro says Turn if you can find it. 4 seasons.
Turn, is it? That's about like the Civil War time frame, isn't it? Revolutionary War time frame, if I can remember right. I feel like I've seen that. I went to start watching one on Amazon called it was a fiction about like if we would have lost World War II and Germany had taken over the United States.
Oh, I remember you talking about that one.
I just couldn't get into it.
Mm.
It was shot crazy good.
Let's see what's
What was that?
trending on Netflix.
I don't remember what it's called now.
I don't know. American Horror Story popped in my head for some reason.
No, it wasn't that. I wouldn't watch that
I
anyway.
love those series.
They're so
Revolutionary War about Washington spies. Yeah, see,
oh, I did see that.
I watched.
This DB Cooper thing I've heard is really good.
I watched Frontier. Frontier's really good. It's on Netflix.
Mhm.
It gets repetitive though.
That one looks pretty good.
What is it? Turn.
DB Cooper, where are you?
I almost
In
watched that last
1971,
night.
a skyjacker parachutes off a plane with a bag of stolen cash and gets away with it. Decades later, his identity remains a compelling mystery.
Everything I know about DB Cooper is from Without a Paddle.
I've not seen that or heard of that.
It's a movie.
Blade Runner? Have you seen Blade Runner?
Mhm.
Blade Runner's pretty good. I watched the original one before I watched
With
the
Wesley
second one.
Snipes.
I thought
in
it was
Blade
Ha-
Runner
I
with
thought it was
Wesley
Harrison
Snipes?
Ford, the original Blade Runner.
Oh, I'm thinking of Blade, not Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. Where is that guy at?
You seen Seinfeld?
No.
Seinfeld's
Seinfeld sucks.
I like Seinfeld. It's an easy watch
No,
show for me.
No, it's the same as Friends to
I was
me.
about to say, yeah.
No, it's not the same as Friends.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
watch
they're both-
Seinfeld
they're
over
both
Friends.
Equally,
Yeah,
not
or
that
just
great.
mindless 90s sitcom.
See, if I'm going to watch
They're-
something that's easy watching, I'm going to rewatch Parks and Rec
yeah.
every time. Every time.
I don't
Gosh,
know.
it's so
I feel like Seinfeld and Friends were just like white girl comedy that like
to me, like
people that
shows
didn't have
like
intelligence thought
shows
was
like
funny.
Park and Rec, like why they can't go on forever makes me upset.
Yeah.
Like just grow old with those shows.
Somebody told me The Witcher was really good,
The Witcher is super good.
which I didn't. I didn't initially watch it because it looked more fantasy than
Hold
I felt
on,
like I would
I need to
be
put these in my
into.
watch list.
I really like sci-fi fantasy,
I like
especially like
sci-fi, but not like
medieval times, like that kind of stuff.
I watched the previews and it looked like it was going to be kind of like a romance fantasy thing, and I was like,
Yeah,
that's not what I'm about.
there
I want
is some
savage.
underlying romance in there.
I want
But
savage.
there's a lot
witches.
of like murdered an army.
What was the
I
one?
do like murder.
Turn.
Turn.
Yes.
I don't think it's on Netflix though.
Have you seen Drive to Survive?
No,
That's a really good one.
Turn's not on here. What was the one you just said? Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Runner 2049.
The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. What was the other one you said, Ryer? Blade Runner, and what was the other one?
Just now, Drive to Survive or The Witcher.
D3 is super funny, Joe.
Drive to Survive. Oh yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, no, I don't want to watch that. All right, y'all need to go home and watch Snatch. Trust me, and pay
I-
attention.
Have you
So
seen?
I
You
will
should
like
watch.
you like dogs?
Can you
like
remind
dogs?
me to watch that when I get home in October?
Yeah. We still haven't watched Killing Them Softly, by the way. Maybe me and you are just gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
guys
seen
suck
Cowboy
at this.
Bebop? You should watch Cowboy Bebop.
I'm
No.
not watching a
Cowboy
show
I think it
called
sucks.
Cowboy Bebop.
I thought it was a
I
fun
watched
show.
like 20 minutes of it and turned it off.
See, I thought it was just a fun show.
You know another
speaking
great
of-
show? Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Excellent show.
Holy
Excellent
crap,
show.
it's funny. Going through everything I've watched recently.
On a side note, Meat Eater has been coming out with some like really good YouTube stuff lately.
Have they?
I know. So, great segue.
Shameless is pretty good.
Shameless is good. So, hold on. So, I did this for you guys last night. I'm really glad you brought that up.
I made this for you.
So, I screen recorded on my
got you,
phone.
Joe.
The juries put out a post yesterday.
You're one of them.
And where do you watch the majority of your outdoor hunting content? Over 500 comments. So,
yes.
I just screen recorded scrolling through.
I can't read that.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I just saved it so I had proof.
The majority of it says YouTube. doesn't it?
75% of it says YouTube.
Yeah. I could have told you that.
The other 30%, Outdoor Channel.
I could have told you that. 100%. That doesn't
Very
surprise me at
little.
all.
Like I saw Carbon TV a couple times. I didn't see Waypoint a single time. I didn't see.
You're not going to see Pursuit.
But also here, but you got to think about it this way. There's Pursuit on there a few times.
That's Facebook.
This is on Facebook here,
It's
but
a little bit of a
also,
different demo,
but it's jury's jury's demographic because this is their post. But still, they
It's all
put out a
middle-aged
lot of.
people on Facebook.
But they put out a lot of YouTube content and they put out a lot of Outdoor Channel content. That's the only two things, but 70% of it YouTube.
That doesn't surprise me
I
at all.
scrolled through every single comment,
Yeah.
every single one.
Well, and I mean, like
Well, and that's why
that's where I
that's
brought
why
up Meat Eater. Like, if I'm gonna watch, that's the only outdoor content that I watch right now.
Oh,
I
by the
go
way,
on
not
YouTube.
to derail this, but by the way, our good buddy at Mike's, Brian Dickus, killed a big mule deer yesterday. I don't know if he's posted that yet, but yeah, he did. He's awesome.
Nice. What's that? Mike's Archery Redneck 10.
Redneck 10, yeah.
Oh.
That now Clay was real good at that. I'll give him that.
That's the only time he talked.
True story.
But now I just did that, so we don't. Good job, Clay.
So, but yeah,
rub the bald spot.
the YouTube thing.
That's the whole.
But here's the
person.
problem. Here's the problem with YouTube for me. I don't watch a ton of YouTube, but there's so much on Netflix. There's so much even more on YouTube. Where do you even start? There is so saturated with hunting content. With I mean, you name it.
I think it also a lot of it is the type of content you want to watch.
YouTube's
Like,
pretty
I go-
good about
I go to
giving you
YouTube-
things, though, based on who you subscribe
Well, yeah, but
to
I
and
go to
what you've been
YouTube when
watching.
I want to watch like kind of more educational stuff.
Well-
like I go to Netflix when I'm trying to watch more like produced cinematic things, and I think that's where a lot of the difference is. I think your YouTube stuff just in general has that YouTube feel to it, and so, I don't know. I feel like you could make things that are kind of a little bit more cinematic. I don't think they're going to perform as well on YouTube.
But
because that's not what that audience is primed to expect.
You're right, Devin. Duck lure is one of my favorites.
But here's my thing. I never get caught on YouTube mindlessly scrolling and watching things and just getting stuck there ever. I'll watch one or two things, I'm off of it. TikTok, literally I could sit there for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, because YouTube's 20-minute episodes where TikTok's like
but like I've
10
never been
seconds of
but I've
in
never
your face jiggling that you can't pull your eyes off.
But
of.
I know people that just sit and watch YouTube all night.
Yeah, one of my best friends, I think that's all he does with his life.
I can't I don't know how.
And then that's all he can talk about.
But then
it's really weird.
But then there's a really good Netflix series.
Yeah.
I could sit there literally all day and watch them, start to finish. Season 1
also,
through 4
that's
and never
where
get
you're watching it too. Like you're not watching YouTube laying in bed like you would Netflix.
Well, I mean, on your phone. I mean, I would say most people watch YouTube on their phone. Wouldn't you say?
I watch YouTube on my computer. My dad, that's all he watches, YouTube on like the TV in the living room.
I just think,
I think
and I
that's
also think there's
becoming more
also
of a
too
common
many
thing.
places to watch things. There's too many options, too much content, and too many
There's
places
too
to
much
watch.
content.
Like I watch YouTube.
There is too much content
every
I think,
day in the office. Like
Yeah,
if
he
I'm
does.
eating, I'm watching YouTube or like something on there.
Well, if I do, I'm looking like Ryer. I'm looking up something that I feel like is educational or beneficial. It's not mindless watching. Like I'm not going to not looking up a hunting series, 100%. And then it's going to be something production. It's going to be something, life, bettering. It's going to be something like that. Like
See,
I
was eating lunch and I don't ever do this, but my feed was like, here, have a hunting thing that like I think it was a Loophole or something they put out, and I was watching it, and then when I got done eating, I literally turned it off. I knew that the kill was coming. I still didn't even watch it. I was like, okay, I'm done here. Like I watched it mindlessly.
Yeah,
It was a
pretty
even
good episode until like after they shot the thing.
Well, it didn't even capture me enough for me to want to keep watching it after I was done eating. Like I literally got done eating. I was like, okay, I didn't even feel bad about it. Like, that's I don't know. Like I don't know if that's just me, but like if you're gonna do something, I would hope that you could capture enough to like keep somebody interested for after their lunch, And I think that's kind of YouTube to me. Like YouTube, like any of the stuff that I see on YouTube, most of it, hunting wise, does like
it's throwaway content.
Yeah, it doesn't pull me in enough. It doesn't intrigue me enough or present me any.
I guess that's where
information.
I'm watching. Like other than Meat Eater, I don't watch anything in the outdoor sphere.
Yeah,
it's all like vehicles or like wedding photography or like surfing, those kind of like action films.
I don't see you into surfing.
There's some really
I like
cool
watching
stuff
outside of the hunting sphere.
Oh yeah,
for like
no.
how to film
I thought you
stuff.
wanted to learn how to surf.
No, I don't give a shit about that.
Oh, okay.
But they film it really cool. They do a lot of like in the water stuff that I think's really neat with cameras and like surfing photography to me is fascinating. Like I would, if somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to go film a bunch of surfing tomorrow?" I'd be like, "Absolutely. Where are we going? Where in the world? Let's go right now."
Yeah.
I think it's just fascinating how you can sit there and just bob in the water and just pray that like the dude goes in front of you. Because if that guy wipes out, you've just wasted your entire day. And like every image just seems epic.
Yeah, I think it's got a lot to do with like, again, like force perception and kind of like the same way we take recovery pictures. Like we can make things look way bigger than they really are. You can make a wave look really big, or you can make a person look really small next to a wave.
I don't know. I think with the waves, I think that's pretty legit.
Oh, some of them for sure.
You can't force that perspective because they're on the wave. Like, there's not any separation.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking like, you know what I meant.
High tech.
I really love watching snowboarding.
Snowboarding is cool.
Like snowboarding
I've gotten to where I really like
documentaries.
watching mountain biking. Some of those mountain bike videos we watched during the class were freaking incredible.
I need to show you some of the like equivalent road biking videos that are pretty cool. Because there are some that are like that level, but they're road biking.
I still have not seen James or RT's videos from the class.
I have James's.
Okay.
I have
I
it.
need to get all those.
I have it. He sent it all to me. I downloaded it. It about wrecked my computer, but I did it.
Maybe that's why the Wi-Fi was shot.
Yeah. Well, I used a wired connection, and I know to use the 5G. So let's see which Wi-Fi I'm on.
That's why you tech and he direct.
Uh-oh.
Exactly.
Tech and direct.
Tech, direct, and rec.
And direct and rec.
Tech, direct, rec.
So,
I could see you watching that, Devin. That makes sense that you would watch those bow hunting things, Mr. Bow Hunter. Dude, shameless plug to Devin. He sent me a clip yesterday of an angle that he put that DJI action cam on his bow, and I was like,
nifty.
I'm totally stealing that.
You gonna
and
share it
that's
with the class?
going on Lee's bow.
mm-hmm.
Are you gonna share it with the class, or are you just gonna keep that little nifty angle
I'm
to
going to
yourself?
keep that nifty angle, but I just wanted to shameless
Hey, Devin,
plug
send me that angle, please.
I've seen that
You
before,
could
but
just
yeah,
look
it's
on
cool.
his Instagram.
Oh,
It's cool. It's a cool angle. I've done that before.
Well,
I've
that's why
actually-
you direct.
I used to
and
make.
direct.
I used to actually. I wish I had them. I used to make mounts that would mount on bows just to do that. I had my uncle weld me a bunch of them. I don't know where they're at anymore. This is before I was worried about like how well my bow shot with different weights in different places. It's a really good. You have to do that cut. We did that shot with a bow fishing trip with Chuck. We've got that same angle.
oh, that look back
Mhm.
angle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a look down.
They did theirs looking straight down. All you do is just tilt the camera.
Mm.
But yeah, same thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I had a thought in the middle of that. Yeah. So I think, Ryer, you brought up a really good point earlier. Is like you turned off that hunting piece because you knew the kill was about to happen, and you had already like figured out the linear timeline on
Oh, I knew when the kill was happening when they did the teaser.
how do
They
you do,
literally teased it.
how do you do
immediately.
that? How do you do that different?
Huh?
How do you do that different?
By not freaking showing exactly where the kill's gonna happen in your teaser.
True
Freaking
story.
idiots. Like literally just don't show it. Like
But
when
here's
you this is what happens when you've got a teaser and the last 5 shots of a teaser are big elk walks out.
Where they shot
dude
it from
steadies
was
his
the
bow.
coolest
Yeah.
spot of that whole thing.
Well, yeah, too.
'Cause he
Right,
was
it
laying
is
on
so
a rock shooting
distinctive.
down.
Yeah, so you in the teaser they literally show, and between the title of it was like Rivers Bend.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior. Yeah, thank you.
Name that
it
movie.
was.
Name that movie.
I know it's a movie. Can't name it right this second.
Dude, I'm the worst with names.
Yeah. What is it?
Billy Madison.
Oh yeah,
Continue.
I knew that one.
Disappointed.
Okay.
Continue.
I'm teching. Please let me tech. They literally call it Riverbend or something. That's the name of the film. And then the last 3 shots in the teaser are a nice elk walking through the river, and then dude like with his freaking rifle and in a shot that
it's loophole. I'm about to say.
with a shot that I knew like you don't get that shot unless he just shot the elk like that. Like you're not just setting up that shot. So I, as a producer, know like, oh, that's the B-roll shot from when he shoots it, and then they cut. I'm like, oh, well, that's kill, and then we move through the things, and as soon as I freaking see him sitting over the river, I was like, yep, this is where he kills the elk, and I don't.
But
it doesn't matter anymore.
Here's
to
the
me.
thing.
And it wasn't like I cared enough about it.
Here's how I agree and I disagree with you. I agree you give it away in the tease. You do. But I also think if you don't give away that you're killing something in the tease, people won't watch it.
Yeah, which is
Kinda
people's
would like
problem.
to just make hunting content where like scene 1 is just elk getting shot, and then just go through the whole story. Like just
Do it in reverse. I've thought
Yeah.
about that. Like showing the kill for segment
Like,
1
literally
and then how we got here.
title page, animal dies.
I
go
think
into the
I think you
story.
do the freeze frame. You do the little freeze frame thing where the elk is like literally about to get shot, and
Freeze
then
frame from the like 80s movies.
and then it's like, I bet you're wondering how we got here, and then you go back to the beginning.
So, I mean,
I
that's kind of what a
always thought,
tease
like-
is, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, look, I get why you do the tease. I think that that's a problem.
I don't know.
I think that it's a
Especially with
problem
the
that
web
we have
show.
to do a tease. You know, like how many times with a movie are you getting a tease?
Well,
And how many like when you see
you
a
get trailers.
when you see a trailer for a movie that gives it all away, don't you get pissed a little bit?
I don't feel like it gives it all away. I feel like there's a nuance in there that I still want to see.
Well, that we don't have
On a
nuance
side
to play
note that
with.
we don't use
True.
nearly enough in the Make It Happen series, you need to name drop Make It Happen more often. That's my favorite part of movies, when they use the name in the movie.
yeah, I love
and
that.
you're just
And you're
like,
like,
hey.
yeah.
I like that when
Family
they in
Guy's
the,
super
like
good at
the
that.
Meat Eater
Yes.
podcast, they'll always name it from something they said in the podcast.
Mhm.
I like when they'll say it. I'm like,
Like,
I saw a
love
producer in
that.
the background go, oh, that's a great name for this podcast. cast.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
start doing that.
Like if we just talked about preseason casts like 73 times,
How many?
it's like 73 or so.
Talked about what, 73 times?
Preseason cast. That's
oh,
what Ryan named
preseason
this
cast.
episode.
Yeah, this is definitely not a preseason cast.
I don't know. It sounds like preseason.
This sounds like a
It's
something else, not that.
it's a loopholed elk hunt, Devin. I think it's called River Bend or something like that.
It's a rifle hunt, Devin. We
Yeah.
don't care. And that's my prejudice. Somebody sends me something and I see a rifle, I'm like, click.
I really do like my little bolt sunglasses that I have though.
Yeah, they
I
look
don't.
slick.
I like my Leupold rangefinder, but I don't
Oh, that's
care.
what, dang it. I have a Leupold rangefinder that the battery's been dead in it for like 6 months, and I keep forgetting, and I was going to bring it with me out west in case bald guy here actually wants to go elk hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to go do something else.
Probably need that.
Yeah.
It's kind of important. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do an elk hunt or not. Anybody on the podcast want to go on an elk hunt with me? I'm trying to figure out if I can go on one. I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. I have an opportunity to go to New Mexico again, but it's more money than I want to spend. But you only live once. YOLO.
You can't take money with you when you go.
True story.
The Egyptians did a really good job of proving that theory wrong. They
True.
took all of the money with them.
But then where did it go?
We found it and we took it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but they still
don't get
took
to
it
keep
with them.
Yeah, you could bury it with you, but you don't get to. What are you going to do with it when you die? You don't get to use
There was
it.
a whole religion based on
I know.
proving that.
Oh man.
What?
Well,
So like if you take it
Where
with
else
you,
do you have the opportunity to elk hunt? Is it just New Mexico?
mailed my tag back to Idaho today. I cried a little bit. That's a hard thing to do, bud.
yeah, I also see Devin. I feel like artists do that a lot, and then they always drop like the best song off the album.
Hold on. What did he say? You can't just say that without any
he
context.
said, Devin says a little different subject, but kind of the same in the music industry. I hate when an artist drops single after single and then their quote new album, and it's all but 4 songs are actually new that haven't been released. So like they drop 4 singles, and then the album is seven songs long, and 4 of them are the singles, and 3 of them are thrown in there. And it's always like I don't feel like half the time the best song was already dropped, and you're like,
Well, that's because nobody listens to albums anymore.
I do.
I don't.
I love listening to albums straight front to back.
Yeah, I know, but you're in the minority.
If it's a well constructed album.
But you're in the minority.
What? I'm not even going to ask that question because then we'll go down a rabbit
Mhm.
trail I don't want to be on.
I think, honestly, Sailor's Guide to Earth is a beautifully constructed album that you could listen to front to back, and it tells a really
I don't
good
know who that is.
story. Sturgill Simpson, Sailor's Guide to Earth.
Not a fan. Listened to it. Bought it because Ryer told me. Did not like it.
Well, Sailor's Guide to Earth or Sound and Fury?
So whichever one is like crazy weird.
Yeah, that's Sound and Fury. I didn't tell you to buy that one. I knew you wouldn't like that
I'm
one.
pretty sure I got Sailor's Guide to Earth too. Hold on. About to look.
Yeah, I really, especially like if you go listen to more classic rock albums and things from that era, like the construction of an album was
Yeah, it was important.
important then.
Yeah,
And
Breaker's
an album
until
had
the early 2000s. I'm
Yeah.
saying now, in today's era,
Some artists still do it.
yeah, but
but-
it's irrelevant. It's silly, and there's no point. Sorry, Devin, but that was a bad point.
I think artists should still be constructing albums, just the same way that I don't think that every video should be YouTube-esque. Like I don't think that every creator should be creating videos for YouTube. You know what I mean? The same way as I don't
Most.
think all
Most shouldn't.
artists shouldn't be only pandering to getting hit singles.
No, but
I think that there's a immense amount of artwork in an album, and I think people do appreciate that. Not everybody appreciates it, but
well,
People do
it depends
appreciate
on
it.
what your goal is. Is if your goal is to just create an art piece, or if your goal is to create music that people actually listen to.
well, yeah, if you're just trying to create freaking viral hits, then yeah, just get you one bop a month and call her good. But
One bop.
yeah,
Alright.
one lit track.
That made more sense.
I thought he was referencing Kids Bop from the early 90s.
Fishing Diehard says, Caleb, you look nice today. I don't know who Fishing Diehards is, but they think you look nice.
Thanks.
Hmm.
Tell my I'm confused.
You can tell Caleb hasn't gotten a compliment in a long time.
Must
He
be-
doesn't know what to do with it. He's like,
I'm married.
he's like,
Is it because of my salmon shirt?
It's the pocket.
it's Derek.
Oh, Derek, you son of a
So you don't say it.
Derek.
Don't say it.
I have to call Derek here in a minute. Derek, I'm calling you shortly, like
What are you
probably
gonna
right after
call
this
him?
podcast is off. Tell me where to send the check, Derek.
We need. I need everybody.
I was
to-
genuinely confused there for a second.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of
What?
these little screen names. I need real names.
A true
Y'all need
story.
to put your real names in here because
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
either.
or they
Devin actually has his name in there.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all made Nathan like
Winter
straight
Productions
up.
changed his to Nathan so that we would know.
Oh, I know.
Now I know. So Hunt Fish Shoot is Joe, and Fishing Die Hard
Maybe
is
you
Derek.
should just remember handles.
I try, but this
That's how I reference a lot of people on Instagram. I'm like, oh yeah, that's such and such. They're like, yeah, that's Billy. I'm like, oh, I just know him as whatever it is.
Oh, I have so many like friends that I talk to daily that I have no clue what their actual name is.
Yeah, I know.
And like when I was at Delta Waterfowl, I was literally meeting people and they'd introduce themselves. And then like 6 hours later or the next day, I'd be like, oh,
You're
Art. Got
Connect.
it. You're Artia's photos.
Yeah,
I
Light
understand now. I had no clue you were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Social media's ruined us.
Winter Productions.
Yeah.
Parentheses Nathan Winters.
Yeah.
It says lol.
Yeah.
LOL.
I don't have anything else. We've been on here right an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Since you got to tech, you get to name this one and write the thing for it because I don't even know what to call this.
No, you name it. You direct.
No!
I tech.
Direct, you tech. Direct tech. You get to do all the tech.
Guys,
No,
I
I
got
tech.
it. I got it.
What is it?
Direct Tech Rec. Name of the podcast.
Direct-
Done. Close the laptop. Slam it. Hulk smash.
No, we don't slam this laptop. She's a pretty lady, and we treat her nice. I paid a lot of money for this, and I haven't even used it.
You're using it
You're
right
about
now.
to. You
I
about
hope.
to.
I hope not. I hope not. I hope the only thing this thing has to do
Here,
is
why don't-
Lightroom photos and transfer footage. I hope that I
Why-
never
I'll
have to
take
edit
this
on
one
it.
on the road, and you can just take your old one back.
No, I don't want that one. You can have it. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go actually get to work and call Devin now that, or Derek, not Devin. Sorry, Devin. I'm not calling you. I'm
Wow,
calling
he
Derek.
literally changed his name to Derek from NY.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow, this is what you do to people.
I
You
didn't do
diminish their creativity.
I didn't. do
What
it.
was it? Fish.
Fishing diehards.
Fishing diehards.
Fishing
Now it's Derek
diehards.
from New York, which I kind of like better. It's just ambiguous enough. You're like Derek from New York, huh? I wonder what Derek from New York is into on YouTube. And you
Hey,
go
Derek
there.
from New York calling into the podcast.
First time listener, long time caller.
Oh God. All right. So
Can we do a segment someday where we just have a bunch of random people call in?
We could literally do it. We have the phone.
yeah,
thing.
we do have the phone thing. We could have people call in. I mean, we
Yeah.
can do that. We can do anything.
Can we do anything?
You could have
Not
your call
anything.
with Derek
Within
right
reason.
now on the podcast.
do it.
Oh no.
Derek from
That'd
New
be
York.
awesome.
I need to be
Derek
able to
from
talk.
New York, you're on the Redneck Tech Podcast.
I need to
This
be
your
able to
host,
s-
Caleb. What do you got for us today, Derek?
I need to be able to talk to Derek man to man on this one.
Yeah. We'd have to have that 5-second delay.
I would love to hear Derek call in. I bet you would.
Joe. We need to have Joe call in just so he can pronounce his last name
No
for us.
doubt.
Sure.
Like, hey, put in what's that called when you like write it out, like how things sound? What's that called? Phonetics.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Phonics?
No, it's not phonics. I know it's not. Is it the phonetic
There's a phonetic.
pronunciation of your last name, Derek? I mean,
don't-
Joe,
I
because
don't
we're
think
calling you Chupacabra.
I don't think
I'm just gonna know you as Chupacabra. Just
wanna-
call me Daddy.
Wow.
Hold on. I wonder what Google.
Thank goodness there's only nobody listening to this.
I know. Well, there's a couple.
There's 3.
Oh, well.
One of them is me.
True.
You listen to it after you put it out?
Every time I listen to all of the podcast episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever listened to one back after I was on it.
Yeah. I get done. I'm like, I ain't never gonna need to hear that again.
Maybe one day I'll listen to them for posterity. But
I don't know. Sometimes you guys actually talk about something useful, and
Today
Nah,
was
I
not
have
today was not that day.
937
It was not that
things
day.
happening. and
today
I
was not that day.
cannot
You're not that
remember all
guy.
about it.
All right, I got to go and check on my dog, make sure she ain't torn my office all to pieces.
That was
All
a
right.
bad excuse.
Y'all good?
I'm good.
Deuces.
Peace.